let's look at adding our first product to our shop. So when you first log in, you'll come to this page where you can click the add a product button here, or you can click on products up at the top left and you can add a product from there. So I've decided that I'm going to make my shop a dog pet supply type store. So the first thing I am adding is a little like cuddly plush toy. So the title, you need to think about, if you've got a recognised brand, which we have here, and a recognised kind of product name, you need to use these here so that people know exactly what that product is. If it's obviously, if there's a colour and a size, you need to try and include that in the product title as well. Helps people to find the product. It helps your search engine optimization, all sorts of things like that. Just give detail where you can. Same applies for the product description. A lot of people will just kind of copy and paste the same description that maybe the supplier provides. That's not a good idea, just because Google likes content that's different. So if you want to stand a better chance of having your products ranked well on Google, then you need to create your own unique content here, as descriptive and as informative as possible. Describing as much of the product and what it's made of, the colours, sizes, whatever, as much information here to help both your customers and the search engines know exactly what your product is talking about. Next, we're going to add a product image. So here is my little Wild Knots bear. You can add multiple images. If you've got multiple product images, you can add them all here. You can link to, if you've got images stored on a URL somewhere, you can link to an external URL, or you can even embed a YouTube video here as well. So I'm going to put my price. And incidentally, you've got, you'll have these little question mark icons all over the place, which if you hover over will give you a little bit more information. So if you want to show that a product is reduced, then you would put the full price in the compare at. So let's just, for argument's sake, let's say the original price is $9.99. I am selling it at $6.99. You don't have to put anything in this compare at price if you just got a sort of a straight price. But this will show that the product is then on sale. Now, if you want to track your sort of profit per product, you can put your cost price in here. There's a check box here to confirm whether or not you're charging, well, in the UK, VAT. So obviously you'll check that as to whatever's relevant for you. Inventory. Now a SKU is, you need to add a SKU. I'm thinking ahead because at some point we might want to do Google Shopping ads, in which case you need to have a SKU, and each SKU must be unique for every item in your catalogue. They can be completely random. They can be a number generated by yourself. They can be, you can use the manufacturer's part number here, but I would recommend using a SKU. And I'm just going to copy and paste my SKU from here. Same with the barcode. Again, if you're selling products on advertising on Google, you'll need, where possible, to have a barcode. So if you have that information, put it in now. It saves a lot of hassle trying to find them and add them in later. You have the option to sort of track stock quantities here, and whether you want to continue selling when out of stock. So let's say we have 5 available here, and you can check whether or not this is a physical product. Add a weight. Now you can choose whether you have ounces, kilos, grams, or pounds. I would suggest, obviously whatever you pick here, try and be consistent throughout the site. Just makes things easier all around when you're kind of calculating shipping costs and that kind of thing. So you know, and then again for this, it depends on how you're going to do it. If you're going to have a flat rate shipping fee, then you might not necessarily need to add product weights in here. But if you're going to be charging different shipping, depending on how heavy the parcel is, then you need to make sure that you have that information under the weight here. So if you're planning on shipping internationally, then you'll need to fill in this. So this is the where the country of origin. So this is shown on customs forms, okay, and then you can search for the harmonized system codes here to stick on customs, so that it will automatically print on your customs forms, customs labels. We'll talk about product variants shortly, but the search engine. So this is this little kind of preview at the bottom. This is how your product will look listed on a search engine. All right, so this is where you get the chance to have a look and see whether that's relevant. If it's if it includes all the right keywords. You can edit how this shows. So I might want to add a dog plush toy at the end. This doesn't change how my title appears in the store, because that's what I've recognized, that's what I've set up here. But if, you know, dog plush toy is a relevant search term that somebody might be looking for this particular product, so I'm going to add that on to the end of my title. And this is too long for that's really a little bit too long, you know, so I mean, I'll probably just chop that down a little bit, you know, and doodle strong ears or one up bit, and then we can just, you know, you can make it quite short because you just want people to shop, buy online now. Okay, and then that's encouraging people to come and kind of click on your product. Okay, this is, you don't have to do this, it's just kind of, if you do it as you go along, it makes it an easier job and can help you just get a little bit more visible on search engines. And let me just hit save. And then we're just going to pop up to the top of the page where there's a few entries up here that I want to walk through. The product availability option that you have up here talks about channels and apps. So what it's talking about here is, when it talks about a channel, it's referring to your website is one channel. You might have Amazon, you might have eBay, you might have Facebook, various other ways of selling, of kind of pushing your products out and having them in different marketplaces. That is where you would control that and say where you want this product to become available. In your online store, you can set a publish date for your product. So you can add the product, put everything in there, put it all, you know, make it all perfect, and then say, right, I want this product to go live on a set day. So if you've got new products that you're coming in, you can get everything ready and then set it to go live on a set day. Product type. This again is just to help to organize, and can, with certain themes, you can use the product type to help filter products at the front end so that people can choose what products they want to view. I would highly recommend that you use this just to help with organization, really, because you can use product type to sort of automatically tell Shopify which collection you want something to go into. So the one thing I would advise with product type is that you decide what your product types are going to be. So I could probably write a list of all the product types I would want now. It would be dog toys, dog leads, dog collars, dog harnesses, dog beds, you know, that kind of thing. Make sure you have a list of them all, so that you're consistent and you always use the same spelling and the same uppercase or lowercase or whatever when you're adding product types, so that you don't end up with loads of different variations of the same thing, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to add, dear me, dog toy here. Add that. Now vendor, you have to have an entry in vendor. For what I would suggest that you put in here, and what I'm going to put in here, is the brand. Again, I'm just going to add brand there. You could have, if you don't have brands that are particularly recognizable, you might want to put suppliers here so that you, in your own store admin, you don't, the customers on the website don't have to see this. You can choose whether or not to show this field on the product page. So I will choose to show this on the product page because I want people to see the brand because it's a recognizable brand. But if you don't want that to happen, you could just use this as a way of maybe helping you to organize and filter your products in the back end. So you might want to have a supplier name here or a manufacturer, anything like that, just to help you organize that. Collections. We haven't created any collections yet, so you don't have anything available other than just the home page. We're going to talk about collections in a future video. But this is where, once you've created some collections, you'll decide here which collection you want this particular product to sit in. Tags, again, not compulsory. You don't have to put tags. This is for, again, certain themes. You can sort of use tags to filter things. So you might, I'm just taking inspiration here, they've got cotton, so if you sold clothing you might use like cotton, linen and silk, so that different ways of defining different products. I don't think there really is, I can't think of anything that I'd want to do for this particular product, so I'm going to leave this one blank. And I think that's everything covered, so I'm going to save again. And at the top here, you can see a preview button. So I'm going to go ahead and preview and see what this looks like in our store. So here we go. What is the lovely looking product there? We've got where I did the compare price. You can see here that it's showing that it's on sale and it's reduced. You can add to cart or buy it now. We've got our description here. As you can see, the vendor, the brand isn't a field that's showing here. That's something that we need to set when we start looking at tweaking the template and the layout. But that's our first product, and yeah, pretty pleased with that. The next video I'm going to talk about adding a product which has multiple different options, so sizes, colours and that kind of thing. So I'll see you in that one. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of new videos. See you next time.